She told everyone I was emotionally unavailable. But she forgot her iPad was still logged into our shared cloud. I found a video of her singing in the car with her coworker, holding his hand. I didn't argue. I just took a photo of the video playing on our living room TV and sent it to her parents with the caption, "Thought you'd want to know who's teaching her harmony." I'll never forget how calm I was when I found out. Not angry. Not broken. Just quiet. There's something about seeing the truth with your own eyes that makes you stop trying to argue with it. My name's Nate. I'm 34, live about 20 minutes outside Asheville, North Carolina. I own a small handyman business, mostly home renovations, decks, flooring, drywall. I keep to myself. Always have. I've been told I'm quiet, even by people who like me. I don't go looking for drama. I mind my business and try to be good to the people I care about. Rachel came into my life 3 years ago. She was the opposite of me. Loud in a way that drew people in. Smiling, chatty, full of big ideas and energy. She worked in marketing and PR. For a brand that sold essential oils and teas. She liked to joke that I was the concrete and she was the cloud. We moved in together after a year. At first, it felt like I'd finally found someone who could actually stay. I've had some rough patches in life, got cheated on before, lost people, even lost my job once when the company folded overnight. But with Rachel, I started thinking maybe things were turning around. She said things like, "I love how safe I feel around you," and, "You're not like the other guys I've dated." She made me think I was enough. Things started changing when she got promoted. She started working from home more. I helped her set up an office space in our place. Even insulated it myself so she could take calls without hearing the washing machine. She said I was thoughtful. Said she appreciated it. Then this guy Evan started coming up in conversation. Oh, Evan said something hilarious in our meeting today. Evan wants to try this new campaign idea. Evan thinks we should host a virtual retreat. At first, I didn't care. People have coworkers. I had no reason to think anything. But then I started noticing patterns. The way her phone would always be face down. The way she got real defensive if I came near her computer. She started working later and later. Just one more call, she'd say, but she wasn't even dressed for a work call. Sometimes she'd just be in sweats, hair down, looking way too comfortable for it to be a real meeting. Then there were the fights. Not screaming matches, but the kind where you realize someone's rewriting the whole story of your relationship and you didn't even know it was happening. She told me I was emotionally unavailable. That I didn't open up. That I didn't show love the way she needed. I work 12-hour days. I built her a custom desk. I kept the fridge stocked with her stupid almond milk and probiotic drinks. I drove her mom to the airport when she broke her foot. But somehow, I wasn't emotionally present. I didn't argue much. I just felt smaller every time we talked. Then came the night I found the video. It was almost midnight. She was already asleep. I couldn't sleep. I went to the living room to clear my head and turned on the TV. We had it linked to our iCloud because she liked syncing her playlists for parties. That's when I saw it. A video thumbnail. Her face. In a car. Something about it didn't feel right. I clicked. The video started playing. She was in the passenger seat. Evan was driving. They were singing some cheesy indie duet, and they were holding hands. She wasn't even trying to hide it. She leaned over mid-song and kissed his shoulder. Not a quick peck. Like it was second nature. Like they did this all the time. My stomach dropped, but I didn't look away. The video was synced from her iPad. She must have forgotten it was still connected to our cloud. She always told me I was too quiet, too passive. So I did the opposite. I paused the video at the moment her lips touched his shoulder. I took a photo of it on the screen with my phone. No editing. No caption. Then I sent it to her parents. Just the image and one line, thought you'd want to know who's teaching her harmony. That was it. I didn't text her. Didn't confront her. I left the video up on the TV and went to sleep on the couch. I didn't even turn the sound off. She woke up around 7 the next morning. I heard her walk in, confused at first. Then her gasp. Then silence. She stood there for a long time. I didn't move. She finally said, "Nate, I can explain." I said, "I'm sure you can." I didn't yell. I didn't throw anything. I didn't ask her why. Because I already knew. But this isn't where the story ends. Because Rachel didn't just cheat. She lied to everyone. And I was about to find out just how far those lies went. After I sent that message to her parents, I thought maybe that would be the end of it. I thought maybe she'd pack her things, cry a little, and go crawl back to her little boyfriend. But I underestimated just how deep her lies ran. The morning after she saw the video on the TV, she didn't leave. She started crying, sure. Sat on the floor, hugging her knees, doing that thing where she shakes like a scared little girl. She said she was confused, said she never meant to hurt me, said she didn't even realize how far it had gone. Bullshit. I didn't say much. Just stood there and watched her unravel. Then she hit me with it, "You don't have to tell anyone else. This can stay between us." I stared at her. "I already did," I said. "Your parents know." That's when her face changed. The sadness drained out like someone flipped a switch. Her jaw tightened. Her whole voice dropped into this cold, flat tone. "You think you're the victim," she said. "You don't even know what people say about you. You don't talk. You're distant. I tried to make this work while you just fixed floors and stared at walls." I didn't respond. I just walked out. Later that afternoon, I started getting texts. From her sister. From 2 of her friends. All pissed at me. "Why are you trying to ruin her life? You're blowing things out of proportion. It was just a video, Nate." Turns out she beat me to the punch. She'd already told everyone I was emotionally neglectful, that I isolated her, that I was jealous and controlling. She told them we were basically broken up, and Evan was just someone she leaned on during a rough time. That video? She claimed it was part of a therapy project. That's when I knew this wasn't just about cheating. Rachel was setting me up to be the villain. And I'll admit, part of me wanted to drop it. Let her go. Walk away. But then I remembered something. She had access to my business files. My invoices. My client list. I'd helped her file taxes last year and left my login saved on our shared laptop. If she wanted to, she could do damage. So I checked. She hadn't done anything yet. But when I opened my business email, I saw something odd. A draft. Not sent yet. Titled Formal Complaint. It was addressed to the licensing board, and it accused me of unlicensed contracting and unsafe building practices. It had my name. My address. A fake client name. She hadn't sent it yet, but it was there. I sat back in my chair, heart pounding. This wasn't heartbreak anymore. This was war. The draft complaint sat in my inbox like a loaded gun. She hadn't pulled the trigger yet, but the message was clear: if I made this ugly, she'd ruin me. Thing is, I don't scare easy. I've been broke. I've been left. I've had to rebuild everything more than once. If she thought threatening my livelihood would make me roll over, she didn't know who she was dealing with. But I didn't go after her right away. I waited. I watched. I changed every password, email, bank, my license board profile, QuickBooks, even my Spotify. I got a separate laptop and backed up everything: receipts, contracts, photos of finished jobs, text chains with clients. Anything that could be used to prove my work was legit. Then I started digging into her. She was still living in the house, acting like we were in some weird limbo. I stayed in the spare room, didn't speak unless I had to. She started getting real comfortable, walking around like nothing happened. She had no idea what I was planning. One night, I waited until she was asleep and took her iPad. The one that gave her away in the first place. I wasn't trying to hack it. It was still synced with our shared cloud and had no passcode. That's when I saw the full picture. There were dozens of videos and voice memos, her and Evan, driving, sitting at a lake, making plans. One of them even showed them at his house, and in the background? A woman's voice. His wife. I hadn't known he was married. Apparently, neither had she. I took screenshots. Backed them up to my external hard drive. Every single one. Then I checked her photos. She had an album named Self-Growth. Inside were screenshots of texts, mine. Out of context. Stuff like, "Stop bringing up this guy. I don't want to talk about this again. Why are you being like this?" In a vacuum, they looked bad. Controlling, cold. But I remembered those conversations. I remembered trying to talk, trying to understand, and getting stonewalled. She'd been curating a victim story for months. Then I found something else. A document, therapy notes.docs. It was a fake journal. Full of entries painting me as emotionally abusive, even violent. One entry claimed I'd slammed a door near her face and blocked her from leaving a room. None of it was true. I printed every page. Dated them. Stored them. I wasn't just collecting evidence. I was building a fire. I didn't know exactly how I was going to light it yet, but I knew I would. The twist came the next day. Her boss called my phone. At first, I thought it was a butt dial. But then I heard a voicemail. "Hi, this is Kay from Elemental Wellness. I just wanted to follow up. Rachel said you'd reached out to us about her conduct. I'd like to clarify a few things. Call me back when you can." I hadn't contacted her job. But someone had. When I called back, Kay told me Rachel had accused me of sending inappropriate messages to her team. That I was stalking her coworkers, that I was dangerous and unstable. I told her calmly I hadn't contacted anyone. Kay was professional, but cold. "We'll be handling this internally," she said. That's when I realized Rachel was trying to flip the story before I could speak. She was trying to destroy my reputation first, so if I ever went public, no one would believe me. She was smart. But not smarter than me. When I realized Rachel had gone to her job and painted me as unstable, I knew I couldn't stay quiet anymore. She wanted a war? Fine. I was done holding back. The next morning, I got up before she did and took the hard drive with all my files, the videos, the fake journal, her therapy documents, even a few voice memos of her talking trash about clients on work calls, and I mailed it to 3 places: her boss, her parents, and Evan's wife. All certified. All with return receipts. No notes, no warnings. Just the truth in their hands. Then I went to work. I called a client of mine who's also a lawyer. He looked over everything and gave me the green light to protect myself, and maybe more. While that was happening, I finally made my own move. I posted the whole story on my private Facebook. Not the video, not the messages, just the truth. In simple words. I wrote about how she lied. How she recorded fake journals. How she tried to ruin my name. I didn't rant. I didn't call her names. I just told the story as it happened, with one last line. This is the woman who said I was emotionally unavailable. Maybe I was. But at least I was honest. Within 2 hours, it was being shared. Her aunt commented. Her cousin DM'd me. Her ex-friends liked the post. Quietly. Carefully. But they were there. She came home screaming that night. She'd been fired. Her company didn't like that their wellness rep was caught mocking clients, lying about abuse, and cheating with a married coworker. She tried to storm into the living room and yank the TV cord out of the wall. I just said, you might want to call Evan. He's got bigger problems now. She stared at me. You didn't. I shrugged. His wife has a better voice than you anyway. She lost it. Threw a glass. Screamed like a kid. Called me a coward, a traitor, even told me I'd be alone forever. That no one would want a silent, boring, bitter little man. And maybe she's right. I'm not loud. I'm not flashy. I don't always know what to say. But I don't lie. I don't cheat. I don't pretend to be someone I'm not. And I don't let people burn me without consequence. Rachel moved out 3 days later. Her parents never replied to the photo I sent, but they sure as hell picked her up without saying a word to her. I watched her walk out to their car, dragging 2 suitcases, mascara smeared down her face, no shoes. I haven't seen her since. Evan's wife filed for divorce. Her job posted a new PR position 2 weeks later. And me? I fixed up the guest room, turned it into an office. Started taking on more jobs. I keep quiet, like always. But now, when people ask why I don't date much, I just smile and say, turns out I wasn't the problem. The silence says the rest.